Hey everyone, welcome back to Dave's Shop. I'm Dave, and here's what I'm working on Saturday. This is kind of what I promised everybody who joins me during the weekdays for morning coffee talk. They ask about, I have been talking about insulating my garage door, and so I bought a kit. Um, and I'm insulating the door today. So I was going to show you step by step kind of what the process is. So the first thing I want to show you is what comes with the kit. So you can see I bought this from Insulation Marketplace, and there's two boxes that come with the kit. One for one half of the door, the other is for the other half. And here's what comes in each box. You get 37 feet of the insulated foam roll, a scraper. I'm not real sure exactly what this is for, but I'm guessing like once you put the double stick tape on the door, maybe you can use this to kind of press down on it some. It comes with 108 feet of double-sided stick tape and a razor blade knife. So you can see that's what it comes with. So the next step in insulating the garage door is you need to clean each panel so that the double stick tape sticks really well and that the adhesive works. So I'm going to show you that real quick. Okay, so here's the first half of the garage door. And what I've done is clean the inside panels here because that's where these double-sided tape will adhere itself to. And you can just use any multi-cleaner. I'm using some fiber micro rags that I have to clean it. And then once it's clean, you want to make sure it's dry. Now, I read some reviews on this, and a couple of things that I did was, one, I bought some alcohol at Walmart, and I'm going to use some alcohol on a clean rag so that I can just kind of go around the edge and use that rubbing alcohol to make sure the surface is super clean where I'm going to actually put a strip of the tape. That you don't have to do that, but I saw in a review where somebody suggested that just so that the tape adheres better and lasts longer, especially in this Texas heat. So that's what I'm working on now. I will say the kit that I bought was advertised as pre-cut panels, and it's not a pre-cut panel. It is a solid roll. Now it's pre-cut in the height. So the height of the roll is 21 inches, but the length for each panel is not pre-cut. So I will have to do that. Like I said, you saw they sent a razor knife so you can use that to cut it with, but you will need to measure and use a straight edge. You could do it either on the concrete floor, or you could set up a couple of, set up a table where you can lay it and roll it out and cut it on a hard surface. Just so you know that these videos are a little more difficult sometimes to make when you get tongue-tied. What I was trying to say is you could set up a couple of sawhorses and a piece of plywood or something to roll it out on, so that you're not having to be on your knees on the ground to actually cut the insulation to fit each panel. Okay, I'm back. We're going to finish the last step of insulating the garage door this morning, and I wanted to, I've shown you different parts of it. I want to show you the last panel and exactly the steps that I use, and show you a cutout panel ready to be applied to the space. So that's what I'm fixing to show you next. Okay, so here we go. Here's the double stick tape. And you need a pair of scissors, just a regular pair of scissors, so that you can cut it. Now, there's probably enough tape that I could have used a lot more than I did, but I didn't, for my application, I didn't really need it. So I've cut strips that are, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches long, and I have placed about 3 different places on the panel, and then down the sides and across the bottom. And the main reason I don't think I'm going to need anything more than that, because when I put the panel on here, the radiant barrier has a slot that it actually fits in the top and the bottom on my door. Just, I don't know if every door is the same way or not. But that's how it works on mine. And so just using some double stick tape in different places around the panel to hold it there in place seems to be working just fine. Plus, you want a little air to get between the radiant barrier and the actual metal part of the door. It creates a dead air space there that increases the R value and how well it insulates against the heat. So let me finish getting those on, and then I'll show you the panel I attach. Okay, you can see the last 3 panels are in, and you can see why I was having a little problem. I have a wall right there, and that's just for privacy when I have the garage door open with my equipment back behind it. But you can see there's all the 3 panels, and then I'm gonna back out and I'll show you you get a view of the complete door insulated there. So that completes the insulation of my garage door. Hopefully this was helpful if you're considering doing yours. I think it's worth, I'll spend about $140 probably for all the material, and probably, doing it by myself and having to cut each panel individually. It probably took me, I don't know, 4 hours or so. I'm kind of methodical about how I do things, so it could just be me, but that's how long it took me to do it. And I can tell you, it definitely immediately helped with holding the heat in, because I have 2 little space heaters, and they'll heat up the whole garage. But anyway, hopefully that was helpful. If it was, don't forget to like, share, follow. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd be glad to answer those for you too. And any recommendations that you need, or questions you have, like I said, I answer all the questions. So definitely do all of the things, hit all the buttons, and I'll see you on the next project.